Hey guys, it's Erica from Century 21 Affiliated here for our monthly market update. Although this time, since it's January 3rd or whatever it is, we're going to be doing a yearly market review and look ahead. So this week we're going to be talking about Schererville. I have numbers from all of 2021 to compare to 2020. And like I said, the current statistics to see where we might be looking at in the future. So in 2021, in all of Schererville, and this is new construction and the oldest house in town and condos, townhouses, single family homes, mansions, everything, we sold 416 properties in 2021 at an average sales price of $282,450. There were like $4 million homes. One was just over $850. The other three were over $1 million. So I took those out just to make sure we're getting, the real picture. It dropped the average to $277,633. So not a tremendous amount there. There weren't that many $1 million homes. Days on market in 2021 is 5 days, which shouldn't necessarily come as a surprise to anybody watching this. If you've been watching my updates for Schererville, for Dyer, for Crown Point, wherever it was, our days on market, our market is super white hot through most of the first 3 quarters of the year. So 5 days on market is an unbelievably crazy short amount of time, but it tracks with what we've seen in Northwest Indiana. So to compare those numbers with our 2022 numbers, again, this is for all of 2020, biggest house, smallest house, new construction, oldest house. In 2020, we sold 441 units for an average sales price of $249,700. There were no $1 million homes sold in Schererville in 2020, so no bother taking those out. Average days on market, 31 days, which is obviously a pretty significant jump from the 2021 numbers. We went up in average price about $32,750, which is an increase from 2020 to 2021 of about 13.1%, which is also, a pretty good chunk of money. Basically, if you had a $100,000 house, it is now worth $113,000, and obviously that stacks as you go higher. But the big one is that 31 days on market in 2020 versus 5 days on market in 2021. This is the real indicator of how busy our market is. It's average, you put a house on it in a normal market, it does probably take about 30 days to sell. Obviously, some sell more quickly, some hang around for a while. Usually it's based on price. 31 days is a pretty average market. 5 days is a completely almost unheard of market, crazy number. And that 5 days on market indicates the buyer demand for these few listings, which drive these prices up 13% in 1 year. So it's not so much that we have all of these buyers now, because we still have a lot of Illinois traffic. Some people do relocate to Northwest Indiana. Some people, obviously switch towns and stuff like that. But 5 days on market isn't necessarily an indication of increased buyer activity. It is absolutely an indication of not enough listings, which is the same drum I've been beating over the past year. So this should come as no surprise, but it's a crazy number. So over year to year, we're up 13.1%, average of $32,000 in our listing prices. Days on market has dwindled down to almost nothing. So Schererville market's doing pretty good, right? I mean, I think so. So looking at pending listings, so this is as of today when I pulled these numbers, in Schererville, 38 pending listings, meaning that the house has been listed, they have a buyer contract, they haven't closed yet, whether it's the home inspections or appraisal, whatever it is they're waiting for. 6 of those are new construction, 19 of those, so almost half are condos and townhouses. Again, there are some inexpensive condos that were built in the 80s that is part of this number. There's the new townhomes that are being built in Victoria Place that's part of this number, but almost half of that is condo and townhomes. The average listing price for these pendings is $274,900. Again, we won't see what those close for until they actually close, so we'll see over those next couple months. But $274,900 is about on track with $282,450. That's, we're in a slower time of year right now. We have, less buyers. People maybe are being more flexible, but average days on market is 10 days. If I pull out the new construction houses, which I normally do because those tend to hang around for a while, it's an average of 5 days. So 8 days. So 8 days is on par with our 5-day average that we saw in 2021. So for those pending listings, we're looking like things are cruising ahead in the same way that they have. Active listings in Schererville right now. Now, caveat, obviously, it is just past the Christmas season, just past the New Year's. It is traditionally the slowest time in the market. In Schererville right now, again, homes of all kinds, 24 listings. condos, old or new, new construction, mansions, everything like that. 24 listings, 12 of those are condos and townhouses, 12 of those are single family homes. So an exact 50-50 in between those two types of buyers. 6 of those are new construction, like I said, those townhouses in Victoria Place, and there's some single family construction in Amberley right now, and those are averaging in the 450s or something like that. So the average list price for these houses that are listed right now is $354,450, which is a pretty significant increase over our average price in all of 2021 of $282,450, even if we leave those $1 million homes in there. There are no $1 million homes listed right now, so it might be more fair to compare it to the $277, but either way, it's almost $100,000 more than the average sales price in 2021. Prices go up all the time, and obviously we've seen a 13% raise over this past year. $80,000 price jump in a year is not unheard of. It's pretty unusual. But for me, the more important indicator is average days on market for active listings right now is 33 days. And when you take out the new construction, it moves it to 32 days. So basically it's all the same number. There was one that I got rid of. It's been on the market for 500 days. I have no idea what's going on with it. Obviously it's overpriced. But so leaving that 500 plus one aside, average days on market is 33 days. So what kind of stuff is listed right now? The cheapest one is listed at $124,900. It's one of the older 2-bedroom condos. There's one house at $169,900, one at $210,000, one at $217,000. Everything else is over $250,000. So 20 of those listings right now are over $250,000, with most of them obviously averaging at this $354,450 number. 33 days on the market is a little troubling though. Again, I don't think the market's going to crash. We're going to have a big dramatic anything like that. But looking at these numbers, I know from talking to my own buyers, I know from talking to other agents, the buyers have cooled off. Obviously, again, caveat, Christmas season, it just snowed, it's cold out, maybe people don't want to move. But I even saw this in September and October of last year. Things really started slowing down because the buyers are like, I'm not paying $354,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath built in 1974. I'm sure it's a nice enough house. Obviously needs some updating like any other house, but I'm not paying that much money to buy this house. And I have heard that same kind of response from buyers in lots of towns for lots of different kinds of houses. They don't want to pay $650,000 for, relatively ordinary new construction, 3 or 4-bedroom house. This could become a troubling problem, not just for Schererville, but for Crown Point, for Dyer, for all in Lake and Porter County, and honestly elsewhere in the country, depending on the market that you're talking about. Buyers have stayed home instead of paying an additional $800 or $1,000 a month for their mortgage payments. They're paying $500 or $600 on a renovation loan and staying where they are. We need to recognize that these listing prices, these sales prices, can't just keep increasing forever. And it appears that we have gotten to the point where the buyers are ready to, check out a little bit. Well, again, we're not having a crash. It's not going to be big dramatic. Houses will always sell. There will always be people who have decided for whatever reason that them purchasing is worth it at whatever dollar amount that they've picked. But we're going to have to really keep an eye on Schererville and these other towns over the course of this year. Again, wintertime, just was Christmas, we may see some movement. And certainly spring, probably depending on weather, we'll be looking at the middle of April, end of April, to see how many more listings come on the market. But if we continue to have a listing inventory problem, which we have, sellers aren't selling for whatever reason, and that's fine. But then now we have buyers aren't buying at the prices that are available, we will see a slowdown again, not a crash, don't panic or anything like that. But it will take a little while for those prices to equalize. So we have, let's say, these 24 listings at $354. People, if they want to sell, get sick of sitting on the market, those prices will drop to, $330, $320, and then we will see buyers start coming back in. We won't really have an answer on it, like I said, until the spring, but we'll keep looking at these monthly numbers and see if they, keep going up, which is possible, if they, stay about the same, or if they even go down a little bit, because I think we've pretty much exceeded where we are in our local market anyway. Places like LA and New York will continue to go up forever, but Northwest Indiana, different parts of the country, non-urban parts of the country, we're not going to continue to necessarily see these fantastical price differences. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Next week we are talking about, wrong slide. we were talking about Munster. So interesting housing stock there, a lot of more dated houses, but obviously in demand, good schools, good locations. So we'll see what the Munster numbers look like for 2021 versus 2020. And I'll continue to keep those updated with those. If you have any questions, if you live in Schererville or anywhere else, maybe thinking about selling, maybe think about buying, not sure what to do either way in this time of uncertainty, please call me, text me anytime at 219-765-2062. You can also always email me at hsbyerica, which stands for Home Sales by Erica. If you just have a question, whether you're thinking about selling or buying or just, not sure what to do, please do contact me. If you know somebody who lives in Schererville or is thinking of moving to Schererville or anywhere around here, please share this video with them. Certainly like and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I do these video updates every week, and I'm happy to bring you that information. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. If you have any questions about buying or selling, but I'm not in your area, I have connections to an international network of realtors who would be happy to help. Give me a call, text me anytime, 219-765-2062. I'll be happy to give you the name of a realtor in your area. Thanks.